John was running like a madman through the forest. After 3 days, he finally found his wife. He could hear her off in the distance, screaming in horrible pain. He knew it was her voice, and he was running to save her. He tripped over branches and rocks so many times his skin was mostly red from all the scrapes he had, but he pushed through the pain. The fall wind burned his lungs and his legs couldn't take it anymore, but he didn't care. He pushed through. After he rushed through a creek, he finally got to a small clearing in the forest. Sure enough, there was his wife. At least, he was sure it was his wife. But she was just standing still. It didn't even look like she was breathing. John just stood there. He found his wife, but something didn't feel right. Something felt very, very wrong. Then his wife turned around. Her eyes weren't there. It was like her face was a fleshy mask. Then he stared in complete horror as she peeled her face off and revealed a pulsating mass of flesh. John didn't survive his encounter. But what did he encounter? Well, not his wife. The truth is, his wife had met the same fate 3 days ago when she thought she heard their missing son. But why did they both run into the woods? Well, there's something in the woods pretending to be people. Let me introduce you to the Fleshgate. The Fleshgate is a creature from modern internet folklore. It's a lot like other legendary creatures, but it's mostly known because of online stories and discussions. The name Fleshgate is usually associated with stories that came from internet forums and creepypastas, a genre of short horror stories that goes around the internet. The Fleshgate is a creature that probably came from online discussions on sites like Reddit and 4chan. It is a part of a newer wave of folklore that has been molded and spread through the internet. Fleshgates are usually described as human-like creatures that can mimic human voices and behaviors. They can contort their bodies in unnatural ways and can take on the appearance of other people. They are usually malevolent and sinister creatures. They lure humans into dangerous situations by mimicking the voices of their loved ones. Stories usually involve encounters in remote or wooded areas where the Fleshgate uses its ability to deceive and attack people. Most stories of the Fleshgate involve the Fleshgate changing the minds of a group of hikers to convince them that whatever person the Fleshgate is hiding as has always been there, and then picking them off one by one. For example, let's say the hikers began as a group of 5, but suddenly one realizes they're actually a group of 6, and no one knows who's not supposed to be there. Everyone remembers that there was exactly 5 members, not 6, but everyone remembers everyone else being part of the group. Slowly, each member gets picked off, and no one remembers who's missing, only that someone is, until the Fleshgate has picked off everyone. The Fleshgate is a lot like other mythical creatures, like the Wendigo, Skinwalker, or the Rake. However, unlike other creatures, the Fleshgate mostly focuses on mimicry and identity theft of people exclusively. The Fleshgate is an amazing example of how folklore has evolved in the digital age. Internet folklore, like the Fleshgate, is shaped by the imagination of many online communities and can spread rapidly across different parts of the world, unlike traditional folklore that can only be passed down through generations and is specific to only one culture or a few local cultures. The Fleshgate, like other creatures of its kind, is a product of modern myth-making and storytelling, reflecting modern fears and interests in the unknown and the uncanny in the digital era.